Okay, good morning. We're back to our Shalom Bayit for men only. Yeah, we're in our book, Rav Zamir Cohen's Happily Married. Okay, yesterday we had some questions. Today, another one. He says like this. He says, the husband complains, "You don't keep the house clean." Anna, wife responds, "I'm doing the best I can. I have so many responsibilities." And he expects a perfect looking house. Who's right? Who's right? She really does a lot for the home and for the family, but they disagree on priorities. She sees the cleanliness of the home as more important, and he sees the orderliness, meaning the laundry folded, put away, as more important. Yeah? So it's a matter of what's more important. What's the solution? Try and remember to compliment your wife when the house looks the way you prefer. Maybe you don't show appreciation when she works hard to tidy it up. Many women have this thing where if they do something and you don't say, "Wow, it's so nice," you know what happens? They stop. Well, what happened? You don't see that I'm doing it, so I'm not going to do it. You hear?
But I don't hear the foundation we just mentioned.
What?
Don't say.
What? Don't say what?
If the house is a man.
No, you're right. He is not on the foundation. He says, let's say it is a problem, right? Now you shut your mouth. Let's say you use the book of Shalom Arush and you use this book. So he says he said it to her, right? But let's say we don't say it, but it's bothering us. So he says, whatever you want, when you see it's good, oh, so good, wow, make it not just compliment. Make sure she knows it.
Positive reinforcement.
Very positive reinforcement. Meaning if she does, Bachsh and Oshtoki, and you really like Bachsh, you say to her, "Wow, this Bachsh, I love when you make Bachsh," right? The other one says, "Oh, it's very good, very good." But over here, make it, because when she's going to be like, "What should I make?" He loves Bachsh. Let's make Bachsh. You understand? So he says over here, maybe you don't show appreciation when she works hard to tidy up. A woman is invigorated by the feeling that her husband work around the house is appreciated. And she quickly loses motivation if she doesn't feel appreciated. You hear? When she's appreciated, she's very motivated. When she's not appreciated, she's not motivated. Problem is, you always have to be appreciative. We think if we said it last week, it's fine. Once a week, once a month, maybe it's okay. Yeah? He says, another point to ponder, maybe your expectations are too high in this area, and she sees that no matter how hard she tries, you will be criticizing her. So therefore she doesn't do it, right? A lot of us, we were raised in homes that our mothers were a certain way. We got used to that. So we're thinking what? Standard operating procedure, it's going to be like my mom. Yeah, my mom would go to sleep, let's say, not my mom, but I'm saying 12 o'clock at night before she tidies up everything. My wife, at 9:30, says, "Okay, splinkling, I'm out." Meaning, tomorrow I have another day. He gets up in the morning, he's like, "Shoza balagan, what is this? It's going crazy." Yeah, my friend, that's your problem. You have to be able to understand that, listen, she's not your mom. The way you were raised, that's your prerogative. The way she was raised, so you got to work with her. Not that she's a slob, but she's going to take care of it tomorrow. Yeah? He says, husband complains, "You spend too much money." Wife's response, I buy only what I feel I really need to buy." By the way, for women, everything they buy is they need to buy. Yeah? So he says over here, who's right? Generally speaking, the wife runs the practical aspects of the home and the family. She also has more personal needs than the husband. Many things a woman needs seems unnecessary in a man's eyes, but she buys them anyway. As long as this is all within the family budget, this is not a negative thing. Meaning he says a woman knows exactly what she needs. By her, she looks at him, she's like, maybe I'm going to need it one of these days when I'm going to be baking and this and that, and she brings this thing that cutters the whatever. You're like, what do we need this for? In her mind, she's like, I want to bake something nice to you, and I'm going to need it, Bezrat Hashem. That Bezrat Hashem could be in 1 week, in 2 weeks, in 1 month. It could be what? Never. Why? I wanted to, but I didn't get to it. You hear? What are we going to do? Let's say she buys this one, and then she buys another one. Listen, how much can you spend? Stop it already, yeah? And then you start opening glass. You see this? You never used it, the sticker's there. You see this? Also not. You see this? Also. You see that? I remember in the beginning I used to do that. She would buy some, article clothing, and the tag is there. She never even wear it. I'm like, what'd you buy it for? Well, I thought I liked it. This is before she knew that you can return. Yeah, but I'm saying I'll make a big deal about it. Why? It's worthless stuff. $50 here, $20. Exactly. Yeah. He says, what's the solution? Oh, sorry. But if she's constantly buying luxuries, shopping for the sake of shopping, the reason stems from the lack of appreciation of her husband. You see, he's different, but he's saying exactly the same of Rav Shalom Arush's book, right? You didn't give her enough emotional energy, and therefore she's compliments give her a feeling of importance and energize her soul. When there is a dearth of compliments, meaning nothing, the woman feels she must buy things to provide herself with the feeling that she's worth investing the money in. Yeah? She's worthless. Why? You don't say my love, my animal, you don't give her this, you don't excite her, you don't do nothing. So she's like, you know what? I feel like I'm nothing. Okay, let's go out to the store. $1,000 shoes, $500 this. She doesn't even need it. But the fact that because she spent it, and now he's going to see the bill, let him, and I'm going to see whether I'm worth this money or not. And then what happens? He starts going off on her. Why'd you buy this? It's $500. Now she's thinking, I'm not even worth $500? He and his buddies can go out. They can spend hundreds of dollars on shtuyot. Yeah? He can spend, $1,000 coat, $700 belt, or whatever it is that he does. But I want $500 whatever she bought. He's making a big deal about it. Oh, so I'm nothing. Yeah, because when we go buy stuff for ourselves, we'll buy some nice bag, whatever, we gonna ask ourselves? No, it's money. It's my money. What do you think? I'm the work for it. Do we think about it like that with her? No, we think it's my money. I worked for it. She's thinking, oh yeah? I've been slaving over here having kids for you. I've been watching them and this and that. What do you mean your money? Yeah, some people say, what do you mean? I'm the one working. Yeah, but what about her? She's also a partner in the situation. It happens to be she's a partner in the house. You're the partner outside, but it's a partnership. That's why in the Goyish court, you know what happens? Never worked in her life? 50-50. Yo, I'm the one that worked. She never worked in her life. She's your partner, my friend. She had kids for you? Yeah. She tidied up the house, this, that. She's your partner. Yeah. So he's, yes. Yes.
Asking, I want to buy a car, I want this, I want that. Is that also a sign of...
For sure, that is a sign that they're not cared for, but sometimes they do need it. You hear? They do need it. For instance...
when you ask, there's no need.
No, what do you mean? No, but they got to go to college or to school or whatever. They want to drive. They, like he said, internet, this Instagram, they see it over there, and over there they make you need this thing. It's so powerful, this shtuyot that they have, the media, they make you need this thing. And it's very hard. So you need a lot of talking with them. You need a lot of abisnenia, explanation, that yes, I want to buy it for you, but it's not the right time right now. It's this, it's that. Meaning, I don't know, each situation deserves its own whatever, yeah? But if you give them the emotional love that they need, they're going to listen to you. It's that we don't give them the emotional love, so they start, I need this, I want that, I need this, I want that. You hear? He says over here, compliments give us the feeling of energized. When she doesn't get this, she goes to the store. What's the solution? Compliment her and raise her self-esteem. Set aside time for intimate talks to encourage her to confide in you. This can calm her internal restlessness. In any case, you must be careful to avoid unwarranted criticism and hurt regarding her spending. You see, he mentions criticism, but in a roundabout way. Yeah, you must not say, but you bought this, why, it's expensive, He says, yes, it is expensive, but she's doing it for a reason. She's empty inside. She wants to feel full. You don't fill her up. Look what he says. He says, encourage her to confide in you. How many women confide in us? 0. You know why? Because if she says something, what do? Bots. We give her a negative thing right there. Oh, why are you doing that? Oh, why? Shh. Listen to her. See what she has to say. If she's saying something, It means it's very important. None of them are open. None of them are open to us. Why? Because we don't have a listening ear. So because they're not open with us, what do? Shopping. Because that's the only way I'm going to calm my issue down. What happens with the shopping? 1 day, 2 days. That's it. Now I need something else. Yeah. Why? Because that already doesn't calm me down. He says, but if she confides in you and she gets this thing out, she feels a certain calm. You see, calm her internal restlessness. In any case, you must be careful to avoid unwanted criticism and hurting her regarding her spending. At an opportune time, have a mature conversation and discuss how to budget more economically. When necessary, you may want to involve a competent third party. And I've noticed that touchy things have to be done through a third party. Yeah, meaning many couples, if they don't have a good relationship, solid, it's very hard to talk about normal things, because again, it sounds not normal. Even though it's normal, we want to talk about the budget. But if you don't have a very good relationship, it's very, so you have to do it through a third party. Yeah, rabbi or whatever, therapist, coach, I don't know, somebody who can mitigate between the two. And I've done that. There was a couple, one of the spouses wanted $1,000 shoes, So I told them, I said, listen, she wants $1,000 shoes because you don't give her the emotional letter. Okay, what do I do now? She wants it. I said, I don't know. We have to, can you afford it? I can afford it. But I don't want to buy $1,000 shoes. Oh, it's not even shoes, slippers. You understand? Yeah, slippers. Yeah, those Gucci slippers, whatever, $1,000, $1,200 they cost. You hear? Don't sit. This is that. Why? You don't infuse me. I'm empty. I need to walk. Why do they want that? You know why? A lot of these people that you see with the $1,000, $15,000, whatever, the expensive coats and watches, you know what they're saying? I'm screaming, notice me. I can't, I'm empty. I'm devoid of self-esteem, self-assurance, self-regard, yeah? I'm empty and therefore I need you to see, look. So this guy, look at that. He's got Makash. My son tells me, I don't see a lot of Americans with Makash and this and that. You know why? They don't need that. They have their own kilo, They don't. No, they have a different. With us, why? God forbid somebody walks in with a Costco coat or something like that. That says what's that Costco brand? Kirkland. Kirkland or whatever. No, LLB shouldn't show. But I'm saying, they work so hard to buy this. Why? Everybody has Makash. How could I not have Makash? And the poor kids, they're saying, I want this. They're not going to tell you Makash. They're telling you, I want this. And you're looking at $3,000 coat. Where do you get that? Gets it? From all the friends in the school. Ibi, I went to Bet Gabriel.
All the coats in the hanger.
Yeah, all the coats in the hanger. Listen, my $100 coat from LLB or whatever, yeah, I take it with me. Why? Because
I'm not saying they're bad. They're good
no.
quality, but
One time, I hung up my coat this years ago. Somebody accidentally took it. Not stole it. He thought it was his. He took it, and now I had to walk back home freezing. So I take my $100 coat and I put it behind my chair. I see guys with like $1,500, $2,000 coats. They just put it on a hanger and they go downstairs 3 floors down. I'm thinking somebody can just take it and go. But they figure it's a shul, whatever. No regard. They don't care. Not this one, another one. You understand? It's that we're in a society where I'm so empty and I need to show here. I got money, I got status, I got this. You have to be healthy over here. I know me, myself, and I, and that's it. I know I'm a secure person. It's all this is because of insecurity. Okay? So therefore, compliments, very, very important. Very, very important. Again, next one. He says, you're too jealous. Why? Husband says you're too jealous. Yeah? He's speaking to the women, whatever, and she's too jealous. She could be of the kids, could be from the mother, from his mother, it could be from his friends, yeah? I don't want you to go with your friends. Why does she want to go? Because you spend too much time with your friends. Yeah, so there's an aspect of jealousy. Wife responds, I'm a normal woman who just wants to make sure my husband is fully committed to me. Many women have a problem with this, where they feel, no, I got to be careful. Maybe he's going to, go away. He says, usually a wife who's jealous is Justified. Wow. Justified. What does that mean? It says, check whether whether you are relating to your wife with as much warmth as you do to your mother, to your friends, and especially to other women, sister-in-law, clients, neighbors. Why? Now I get it. Wow. When I used to be in a pizzeria, oh, my wife hated when I worked there. Why? The ladies would come, yes, what would you like? You know, she's like, with them you talk. Or you know, they would come every day. So I know, 2 sugars of milk? Yes. He knows her coffee, but my coffee, if I ask him, how do I like my coffee? How am I supposed to know how you like your coffee? You hear what I'm saying? You want the usual? There's a relationship there. And therefore, my husband. He says, yeah, forget about it. Yeah, you don't, yeah. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with her? I'm doing my job. What's going on with her? Yeah.
Not once did you think that you were overdoing it?
No, I never thought. And then when I was in the jewelry store in Jackson Heights, I used to, they love, Spanish people, they love, oh, mi amor, mi cariño, mi this, mi that. They love to talk with these words of, endearment, which means zero. It's a zilch word, So you go, oh, mi amor, ¿cómo estás? And my wife is there. Mi amor means my love. She's like, mi amor, what the heck is saying, mi amor? And I wouldn't understand it. I'm like, what's the problem? And they used to watch these dumb novellas, where over there, they know all these mi amor, pi amor stuff, right? And I would be like, what? Why is she getting on my nerves? Now I see why. Because you don't say nothing to her. Outside, you're calling some strange woman mi amor. You understand? So he says over here, check out whether you're relating to your wife as you are with your mother and your sister-in-law and your neighbors and all your clients. Because she sees a wife who hears her husband speak lovingly with his mother or with a friend, but is cool when talking to her, will often do whatever it takes to cut off the relationship with those who stand to take her place. Wow. Here? She'll do it. If you talk nicely to your mother, your friend, your sister, and you're not so, you're cold with her, she will do everything to end the relationship. I don't want you to go there. I don't want you to go there. You hear? Huh? First place concept, correct. He says, when a man guards his eyes and follows the Torah laws of speaking to women unrelated to him, this will go a long way towards diminishing a wife's jealousy. Yeah? Let's do another one. Husband says, you're always complaining. Wife's response, with a husband like him, who wouldn't complain? He has no clue how to help me, support me, or say anything nice to me. He's a total failure, says the woman, right? He says, who's right? A person complains when he or she is lacking something. If your wife is complaining a lot, she must be missing a lot. A person is not going to complain if there's nothing to complain about. Yes, there are people who are very negative, but we're talking normal people, yeah? So he says there must be some. What's the solution? First, check in with yourself and see if you're really taking care of all your husband responsibilities. Yeah? Helping, giving your wife time to rest, offering a listening ear, complimenting her, smiling at her, satisfying all of her physical and spiritual needs. Take it out. I mean, from what I see, a lot of men don't do nothing of this stuff. Bichlal, they say, nah, she's self-sufficient. Self-sufficient? She can't be self-sufficient. She doesn't understand this. She needs the love of her husband. Yeah? That's why sometimes you're like, I want you to help me in the kitchen. What? What are you kidding me? Why would you want me to come to the kitchen? Yeah? Because she sees she's so empty that she wants to do something with you. And sometimes you're like, I don't want to be in the kitchen. You hear? So she's giving you a ding-ling, ding-ling, ding. I need some love. I need some help. Yeah? If there is something you need to fix, do so immediately. If there isn't, think about the fact that Think about the fact that when a man is out of the house, he doesn't necessarily think of his wife constantly. And that's why I text people, guys, give her a call, text her, say, I'm thinking about you, hey, I miss you, this and that. Why? Because she's feeling disconnected. In contrast, a woman needs to feel that she's connected to her husband at all times. And he says that in that book also. They need to feel Does my husband love me? They're disconnected all the time. Hey, last night we just slept together. What do you mean disconnected? Yeah, by the next morning they're already thinking, does my husband love me? So they need that. Sweetie, have a nice day. I love you. Yeah? It says when a wife feels that her husband is busy with his own things and doesn't remember that she exists, she assumes that he doesn't feel and therefore doesn't value their connection enough. You hear? He says this causes her to complain excessively to get her husband to explain himself and to prove to her that he feels deeply connected to her. You hear? So you're not connected, and now she wants to complain. So you could say, no, my love, what do you mean? Of course I love you and I think about you. And I don't hear it, and therefore I need it from you. He says a husband should invest the maximum effort to strengthen the feeling of togetherness in a wife's heart by initiating conversation, going out for a walk or a meal together, and paying special attention to her needs on his own initiative. On his own initiative. Many women complain, you know why? Say, no, yeah, you know what he says? Find a place to go, we'll go eat. So I don't want that. I want him to find the place. I want him, But the man is like, listen, I'm too busy. Yeah, just find a place, make a reservation. Whatever it is, we'll go. She feels like, no, that you didn't take me out. I took you out, and I don't want to take you out. Like I'm forcing you. I want you to find a place, order, make sure it's nice, plan, surprise me, It says this should solve the problem of she is always complaining. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen v'amen.